take a little tonight. Special occasion, you know, eh?
Oh, yes, go on, Mummy. You must drink to our health.
Oh, very well. Just a little one, then. Thank you. Edna, you can go now. I'll ring from the drawing room when we want coffee. Probably in about half an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, this is very nice. Very nice. Good dinner too, Sue. I'll tell good from me.
Absolutely first class.
You're not supposed to say such things, are you?
Oh, come now. I'm treating Gerald as one of the family. I'm sure he won't object either.
Go on, Gerald. Just object.
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. In fact, I insist upon being one of the family now. I've been trying long enough, haven't I? Oh, you know I have.
But of course she does.
Except for all last summer when you never came near me, and I wondered what had happened to you.
Well, then I've told you, I was very busy at the works all that time.
That's what you say.
Now, Sheila, you mustn't tease him. When you're married, you'll realise that men with important work to do sometimes have to spend nearly all their time and energy on their business. You just have to get used to it, like I had to.
Well, I don't believe I will. So you be careful.
Oh, I will.
Now what's the joke?
I don't know, really. Suddenly I felt I just had to laugh.
You're squiffy.
I'm not.
What an expression, Sheila. Really thinks you girls get up to these days.
If you think that's the best you can do.
Oh, don't be an ass, Eric.
Well, Arthur, what about this famous toast of yours?
Of course. Well, Gerald, I know you agree that we should only have this quiet little family celebration. It's a pity Sir George and Lady Croft can't be with us, but, well, they're abroad, so it can't be helped. As I told you, they sent me a very nice cable. Couldn't be nicer. Well, I'm not sorry we're celebrating quietly like this.
Much nicer.
I agree.
Well, so do I, but it makes speech-making more difficult.
Well, don't do any. We'll drink the health and have done with it.
No, we won't, Eric. It's one of the happiest days of my life. And one day, when you've a daughter of your own, you'll understand why. Gerald, I'm going to tell you frankly, without any pretenses, that your engagement to Sheila means a tremendous lot to me. She'll make you happy, and I'm sure you'll make her happy. You're just the sort of son-in-law I've always wanted. Your father and I have been friendly rivals in business for some time now, although Crofts Limited are both older and bigger than Burley and Company. Now, you've brought us together, and perhaps we can look forward to the time when Crofts and Burlings are no longer competing, but are working together for lower cost and higher prices.
Yeah, and I'm sure my father would agree to that.
Now, Arthur, I don't think you should discuss business on an occasion like this.
Neither do I. It's all wrong.
Oh, quite, so I agree with you, but I only mentioned it in passing. But, well, what I wanted to say was, well, Sheila's a lucky girl, and I think you're a pretty fortunate young man too, Gerald.
No, I know I am. This once, anyhow.
Look, here's wishing the pair of you the very best that life can bring, Gerald and Sheila.
Gerald and Sheila, darling.
Take my word, and I've learnt in the good hard school of experience. A man has to mind his own business, look after himself and his own.
Somebody at the front door?
Oh, Edna will get that. Now, we'll have another glass of port, Gerald, and then we'll join the ladies. That'll stop me giving you good advice.
Yes. You pallets on a bit tonight, Father.
Aye, special occasion, you know, feeling contented for once. I wanted you to have the benefit of my experience.
Please, sir. An inspector's call.
An inspector? What kind of inspector?
A police inspector. He says his name is Inspector Ball.
Oh, I don't know him. Does he want to see me?
Yes, sir. He says it's important.
Oh, very well then. Send him in here and give us a little ride. I'm still on the bench. This may be something about a warrant.
No, it's sure to be. Unless Eric's been up to something, and that would be awkward, wouldn't it?
Oh, very.
Hey, what do you mean?
Oh, something we were talking about while you were out. A joke, really.
Well, I don't think it's very funny.
Oh, what's the matter with you?
Nothing.
Inspector Ball?
The Burling?
Yes, sit down, Inspector.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Have a glass of port. Or a little whiskey.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Burling. I want you, dear.
Well, you're new here, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I'm recently transferred.
Yeah, I thought you must be. You see, I've been an alderman for years and Lord Mayor 2 years ago. I'm still on the bench, and so I know you Brumley police officers pretty well. And I thought I'd not seen you before.
Right, so.
Well, can I do for you? Some trouble about the world?
No, Mr. Baring.
Well, what is it then?
I'd like some information if you don't mind, Mr. Baring. 2 hours ago, a young woman died in the infirmary. She'd been taken there this afternoon because she'd swallowed a lot of strong disinfectant. Burnt her inside out, of course.
My God.
Yeah, she was in great agony. Well, they did everything they could for her at the infirmary, but she died. Suicide, of course.
Yes, horrible business, but I don't understand why she should come here.
I went around to the room she had, and she left a letter there on a sort of diary. Like a lot of these young women who get themselves into various kinds of trouble, she'd use more than one name. But her original name, her real name, was Eva Smith.
Eva Smith?
You remember her, Mr. Baring?
No, I seem to remember hearing that name. Eva Smith somewhere, but it doesn't convey anything to me, and I don't see where I come into this.
Seems that she was employed in your works at one time.
Oh, that's it, is it? Well, we've several hundred young women down there, you know, and they keep changing.
But this young woman, Eva Smith, was a bit out of the ordinary. I found a photograph of her in her lodgings. Perhaps you'll recognize her from that.
Is there any particular reason why I shouldn't see this girl's photograph, Inspector?
It might be.
And the same applies to me, I suppose.
Yes.
I can't imagine what it could be.
Neither can I.
I must say, I agree with them.
It's the way I like to go to work. One person and one line of inquiry at a time. Otherwise, it's a muddle.
I see, well, sensible. Oh, we've had enough of that port, Eric.
Thank you.
One of them. She'd had a lot to say. Far too much. So she had to go.
Oh, you couldn't have done anything else.
He could. He could have kept her on instead of sacking her. I call it tough luck.
Rubbish! Unless you come down sharply on some of these people, they'll soon be asking for the earth.
I should say so.
Well, they might, but then it's better to ask for the earth than to take it.
What did you say your name was, Inspector?
Cool. G-O-O-L-E.
And how do you get on with our Chief Constable, Colonel Roberts?
I don't see much of him.
Well, perhaps I ought to warn you that he's an old friend of mine, and I see him fairly frequently. We play golf together off at West Bromley.
I don't play golf.
I didn't suppose you did.
Well, I think it's a damn shame.
No, I never wanted to play.
No, about this girl, Eva Smith. Why shouldn't they try for higher prices? We try for the highest possible prices as well. I don't see why she should have been sacked just because she had a bit more spirit than the others. You said yourself she was a good worker. I'd have let her stay.
Unless you brighten your ideas, you'll never be in a position to let anybody stay or tell anybody to go. It's about time you learn to face a few responsibilities, and that's something this public school of varsity like you doesn't seem to teach you.
Well, we don't need to tell the inspector all about that, do we?
Oh, I'm really responsible.
No, not entirely. A good deal happened to her after that, but you're partly to blame, just as your father is.
What did Sheila do?
I went to the manager at Millwoods and I told him that if he didn't get rid of this girl, I'd never go near the place again. And I'd persuade Mother to close our account.
Why did you do that?
Because I was in a furious temper.
What did this girl done to make you lose your temper?
But when I was looking at myself in the mirror, I caught sight of this girl smiling at the assistant, and I was absolutely furious with her.
Was it the girl's fault?
No, not really. It was my own fault. Right, Gerald, you needn't look at me like that. At least I'm trying to tell the truth. I expect you've done things you're ashamed of too.
Well, I never said I had...
Never mind about that. Settle it between you afterwards. Now, what happened?
I've gone in to try something on. It's been an idea of my own. Mother had been against it, and so had the assistant. But I had insisted. As soon as I tried it on, I knew they'd been right. It just didn't suit me at all. I looked silly in the thing. Well, this girl had brought the dress up from the workroom, and when the assistant, Miss Francis, had asked her something about it, to show us what she'd meant, she held it up to herself as if she were wearing it. It just suited her. She was the right type, just as I was the wrong type. She was a very pretty girl, too, with big dark eyes, and well, that didn't make it any better. Well, when I tried it on and knew it was all wrong, I caught sight of this girl smiling at Miss Francis as if to say, doesn't she look awful? And I was absolutely furious with her. I was very rude to both of them. And then I went to the manager and told him that this girl had been very impertinent. And how could I have known what was going to happen then? I mean, if she'd been so
fact, in a kind of way, you might be said to have been jealous of her.
Yes, I suppose so.
And so you used the power you had as the daughter of a good customer and also of a man well known in the town to punish the girl just because she made you feel like that.
Yes, but don't you see, it didn't seem to be anything very terrible at the time. And if I could help her now, I would.
Yes, but you can't. It's too late. She's dead.
Eric, take the inspector along to the drawing room. Well, Gerald,
Well, what, Sheila?
how did you come to know this girl, Eva Smith?
I didn't.
Daisy Renton, then, it's the same thing.
Well, why should I have known her?
Don't be stupid, you're just wasting time. You gave yourself away as soon as he mentioned her other name.
All right, I knew her. Let's leave it at that.
We can't leave it
Oh,
at
now,
that.
darling.
Oh, no, that's no use. You not only knew her, but you knew her very well. Otherwise you wouldn't look so guilty about it. When did you first get to know her? Was it after she left Millwoods? When she changed her name, as he said, and began to lead a different sort of life? Were you seeing her? Last spring and summer, during that time when you hardly came near me? Were you? Of course you were.
I'm sorry, Sheila. It was all over and done with last summer. I hadn't set eyes on the girl for at least 6 months. I don't come into the suicide business.
I thought I didn't half an hour ago.
You don't. Neither of us does. So for God's sakes, don't say anything about it to the inspector.
About you and this girl.
Yes. We can keep it from him.
Oh, you fool. He knows. Of course he knows. And I hate to think how much he knows that we don't know yet. You'll see.
Well,
You see? What did I tell you?
what did you tell him?
Inspector, I think Miss Burling ought to excuse any more of this questioning. She's nothing more to tell you. We've had a long, exciting and tiring day, and now she's had about as much as she can stand. You heard her.
He means I'm getting hysterical now.
And are you?
Probably.
Well, I don't want to keep you here any longer. I've no more questions to ask you.
No, but you haven't finished asking questions, have you?
No.
You see? Then I'm staying.
Well, why should you when it's bound to be unpleasant and disturbing?
Oh, do you think young women should be protected from unpleasant and disturbing things, do you?
If possible, yes.
Well, we know of one young woman who wasn't, don't we?
I suppose I asked for that.
Be careful you don't ask for any more, Gerald.
All I meant to say to you is why stay when you'll hate it?
Well, it can't be any worse for me than it already has been. And it might be better.
I see.
What do you see?
You've been put through it, and I want to see somebody else put through it.
So that's what you think I really like, is it? Well, I'm glad I realised it in time, Gerald.
That isn't what I meant.
Yes, it is.
I am talking to the inspector, if you don't mind. I realise that you have to conduct some sort of inquiry, although I must add that I think you're doing so in a rather peculiar and offensive manner. You know, of course, that my husband was Lord Mayor only 2 years ago, and that he's a magistrate.
Mrs. Burling, the inspector knows all that, and I don't think it's a very good idea to remind him.
It's crazy. Stop it, please, Mother.
Yes, now, what about Mr. Bowling?
Oh, he's coming back in a moment. He's just talking to Eric, my son, who's in a rather excitable, silly mood.
What's the matter with him?
Eric? Oh, he's probably had a little too much to drink. We were having a little celebration here.
Isn't he used to drinking?
Of course not. He's only a boy.
No, he's a young man. Some young men drink far too much.
And Eric's one of them.
Finish.
Well, I don't want to get poor Eric into any trouble. He's probably in enough trouble already. But we really must stop these silly pretences. This isn't the time to pretend that Eric isn't used to drinking. He's been steadily drinking too much for the past 2 years.
It isn't true. Eric, you know him. You're a man. It can't be true. You must know it isn't true.
I've never really seen much of him outside of this house, but Well, actually, no, it is true.
And now's the time you choose to tell me.
Of course it is. That's what I meant when I talked about building up a wall that's sure to be knocked flat. It just makes it all the harder to bear.
It isn't you. It is you who is doing it and not the inspector here.
But don't you see, he hasn't started on you yet.
I'm perfectly prepared to answer any questions the inspector may choose to ask me. Although, naturally, I know nothing about this girl.
You'll see, Mrs. Burling.
I've been trying to persuade Eric to go to bed, but he won't. Now he says you told him to stay up, did you?
Yes,
Oh, why?
because I shall want to speak to him, Mr. Burling.
I can't see why you should, but if you must, then I suggest you do it now. Have him in and get it over, then let the lad go.
No, I can't do that yet. I'm sorry, but you'll have to wait.
Now look here, Inspector.
He must wait his turn.
You see?
No, I don't see them. Please be quiet, Sheila.
Inspector, I've told you before, I don't like your tone, nor the way you're handling this inquiry, and I don't propose to give you much more rope.
You needn't give me any rope.
No, he's giving us ropes that will hang ourselves.
What's the matter with that child?
Oh, she's overexcited and she refused to go. Well, come along now. What is it that you want to know?
At the end of September last year, this girl, Eva Smith, had to leave Millwoods because Miss Burling compelled them to discharge her. After that, she stopped being Eva Smith looking for a job and became Daisy Renton with other ideas. Mr. Croft, when did you first get to know her?
Where did you get the idea that I did know her?
It's no use, Gerald. Stop wasting time.
Well, as soon as I mentioned the name Daisy Renton, it was obvious that you'd known her. You gave yourself away at once.
Of course he did.
And anyway, I knew already. Now, when and where did you first meet her?
All right, if you must have it. I met her first sometime in March last year, in the stalls bar of the Palace. I mean the Palace Music Variety Theatre here in Bromley.
Well, we didn't think you meant Buckingham Palace.
Thanks, I can see you're going to be a great help. You've said your piece, and you're obviously going to hate this, so why on earth don't you leave us to it?
Nothing would induce me. I want to know exactly what happens when a man says he's so busy at the works, he can hardly find time to come and see the girl he's supposed to be in love with. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Come along, Mr. Croft, in the stalls bar of the Palace Variety Theatre.
I happened to look in one night after a rather long, dull day, and as the show wasn't very bright, I went downstairs for a drink. It's a favourite haunt of women of the town.
Women of the town?
Yes, but I see no point in mentioning the subject especially.
I think it much better if Sheila didn't have to listen to this sort of story at all.
Oh, but you're forgetting, Mother. I'm supposed to be engaged to the hero of it. Go on, Gerald. You went into the bar, which is a favourite haunt of women of the town.
That I amuse you.
Come along, Mr. Croft. What happened?
I didn't propose to stay long down there. I hate those hard-eyed, dough-faced women. But then I met a girl who looked quite different. She was very pretty. Soft brown hair and big dark eyes. Oh my God.
What's the matter?
I'm sorry, I suddenly just realised, just taken in properly, that she is dead.
Yes, she's dead.
And probably between us we killed her. You wait, Mother.
Go on.
So young and fresh and charming and altogether out of place down there. And obviously she wasn't enjoying herself. Old Joe Meggerty, half drunk and goggle-eyed, had wedged her into a corner with that obscene fat carcass of his.
There's no need to be disgusting. And anyway, you surely don't mean Alderman Meggerty.
Of course I do. He's a notorious womanizer, as well as being one of the worst sots and rogues in Bromley.
Quite right.
Really? Alderman Meggerty? I must say we're learning something.
And a prominent member of the Bromley Women's Charity Organisation, aren't you?
Go on, Mother. You might as well admit it. Yes, she is. Why?
It's an organisation to which women in distress can appeal for help in various forms, isn't that so?
Yes. We provide a great deal of useful help for deserving cases.
Now, there was a meeting of your interviewing committee 2 weeks ago.
I dare say there was.
Oh, you know very well there was, Mrs. Burling. You were in the chair.
And if I was, what business is it of yours?
You want me to tell you, in plain words?
That must have been Eric.
Have you been up to his room?
Yes, and I called out on both landings too. It must have been Eric you heard go out
Oh,
then.
silly boy, where can he have gone to?
Can't imagine, but he was in one of his excitable, queer moods. And well, even though we don't need him here,
We do need him here. If he's not back soon, I shall have to go and find him.
He's probably just gone to cool off. He'll be back soon.
I hope so.
And why should you hope so?
I'll explain why when you've answered my questions, Mrs. Burling.
is there any reason why my wife should answer questions from you, Inspector?
Yes, a very good reason. You remember that Mr. Croft told us, quite truthfully I believe, that he hadn't spoken to or seen Eva Smith since last September. But Mrs. Burling spoke to and saw her only 2 weeks ago.
Mother?
Is this true?
Yes. Quite true.
She appealed to your organisation for help?
Yes.
Not as Eva Smith.
No. Nor as Daisy Benton.
As what then?
Well, first of all, she called herself Mrs. Burling.
Mrs. Burling?
Yes. It was a piece of gross impertinence, quite deliberate, and naturally it was one of the things that prejudiced me against her case.
I should think so. Damned impudence.
Oh, you admit to being prejudiced against her case.
Yes.
Oh, Mother, she's just died a horrible death. Don't forget.
Well, I'm very sorry. But I think that she only had herself to blame.
What was it doing to your influence as the most influential and prominent member of the committee that helped us refuse this girl?
Possibly.
Was it or was it not your influence?
Yes, it was. I didn't like her manner. She not only impertinently made use of her name, she admitted that she was, her first story, that she was a married woman deserted by her husband, was quite false. She had to admit, once I had got the truth out of her, that it was so. It didn't take me long to get the truth out of her, or some of it.
And why did she want help?
You know as well as I did why she wanted help, Inspector.
No, I don't. I know why she needed help. But as I wasn't there, I don't know what she asked from your committee.
Well, I don't think we need discuss it.
You have no hope of not discussing it, Mrs. Burling.
If you think that you can bring any pressure to bear on me, Inspector, you are very much mistaken. Unlike the other three, I have done nothing that I am ashamed of, or that will not bear investigation. The girl asked us for assistance. We are asked to look very carefully into any claims made upon us. I was not satisfied with her claim. She seemed to me not to be a good case, and therefore I used my influence to have it refused. And in spite of what has happened to the girl since then, I consider I did my duty. So, if I prefer not to discuss it any further, Inspector, you have no power at all to make me change my mind.
Oh, yes, I have.
No, you have not, simply because I have done nothing wrong, and you know it.
I think you did something terribly wrong. And you're going to spend the rest of your life regretting it. I wish you could have been with me earlier tonight in the infirmary. You'd have seen.
Oh, no, please, not that again. I've imagined it enough already.
And the next time you imagine it, just remember that this girl was going to have a child.
Oh, horrible. How could she have wanted to kill herself?
Because she'd been turned out and turned down too many times. This was the end.
Mother, you must have known.
Well, it's because she was going to have a child that she went to your mother's committee for assistance.
Look here, this wasn't Gerald Crofts.
No, nothing to do with him.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Oh, I don't know why I should care now.
So, you know.
You know, don't you?
Yes, we know.
I can't believe it. There must be some mistake. You don't know what we've been saying.
Well, it's a good job for him he doesn't, isn't it?
Why?
Because Mother's been busy blaming everything on the young man who got this girl into trouble, and saying he shouldn't escape and should be made an example
That's enough, Sheila.
You haven't made matters easier for me, have you, Mother?
I didn't know it was you. I never dreamt. Besides, you're not that type. You don't drink.
Of course he does. I told you he did.
You told her! Why, you little sneak!
Now that's not fair, Eric. I could have told her months ago, but of course I didn't. I only told her tonight because I knew it would come out. bound to come out tonight, and I thought she might as well know in advance. Don't forget, I've already been put through it.
Sheila, I do not understand your attitude.
Neither do I. If you had any sense of loyalty...
Now, just a minute. There'll be plenty of time for you to adjust your family relationships when I've gone. But now I have to hear what your son has to tell me. And I'd be obliged if you let us continue without any further interruptions. Now then.
Could I have a drink first?
No!
Yes! Oh, I know. He's your son and this is your house. But look at him. He needs a drink now just to get him through.
All right, go on then. Oh, I understand a lot of things now I didn't understand before.
Now don't start on that. I want to get on. Ah, when did you first meet this girl?
One night, last November,
Where did you meet her?
in the Palace Bar. I'd been there an hour or so with 2 or 3 chaps. I was a bit squiffy.
What happened then?
I began talking to her. Stood her for a few drinks. I was rather far gone by the time I had to go.
Well, why had she gone there?
She wasn't the usual sort. Well, I suppose she didn't know what to do. There was some woman who wanted her to go there.
Did you go back with her to her lodgings that night?
Yes, I insisted it seems. I'm not very clear about it. But afterwards, she told me she didn't want me to go in that. But, well, I was in a state when the chap easily turns nasty. I threatened to cause a row.
So she let you in?
That's when it happened. I didn't even remember it. That's the hellish thing. God, how stupid this all is.
Eric, how could you?
Sheila, take your mother along to the drawing room.
But I want to say...
Now, you heard what I said. Go on, Sue.
Now, when did you see this girl again?
About 4 nights afterwards.
By appointment?
No, I couldn't remember her name or where she lived. It was all very vague. But I happened to see her again in the Palace Bar.
More drinks?
Yes, though that time I wasn't so bad.
And you made love again?
Yes, I wasn't in love with her or anything, but I liked her. She was pretty and a good sport.
So you had to go to bed with her?
Well, I'm old enough to be married, aren't I? And I'm not married. I hate these fat old tarts round the town. The ones I see some of your respectable friends with.
I don't want any of that talk from you!
And I don't want it from either of you. Now, did you arrange to see each other again after that?
Yes. The next time, or the time after that, she told me she thought she was going to have a baby. She wasn't quite sure. And then she was.
And of course, she was very worried about it.
Yes, so was I. I was in a hell of a state about it.
Did she suggest that you ought to marry her?
She didn't want me to marry her. She said I didn't love her and all that. In a way, she treated me as if I was a kid, though I was almost as old as she was.
So, what did you propose to do?
Well, she happened to job. She didn't feel like trying for one, and she'd no money left. So I insisted on giving her enough money to keep her going until she refused to take any more.
And how much did you give her altogether?
It was about £50 all told.
£50? On top of drinking and going round the town? Where did you get £50 from?
That's my question too.
I got it from the office.
My office?
Yes.
You mean you stole the money?
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
Arthur, I couldn't stay there. I just had to know what happened.
I can tell you what's happening. He's admitted he's responsible for that girl's condition, and now he's telling us he's supplied him with money he stole from the office.
Well, that young man Croft, though he at least felt some affection for her and made her feel happy for her time. Well, Eva Smith's gone. You can't do her any more harm now. And you can't do her any good either. You can't even say, I'm sorry, Eva Smith.
That's the worst of it.
But just remember this. When Eva Smith is gone, but there are millions and millions and millions of Eva Smiths and John Smiths still left with us, with their lives, their hopes and suffering and chance of happiness all intertwined with our lives, with what we think and say and do. We are members of one body, responsible for each other. And I tell you that the day will soon come when if men will not learn that lesson, then they'll be taught it in fire and blood and anguish. Good night.